peut prendre un set de piles parce que la dernière fois on est resté en rade avec mon otoscope, ça sera bon.
Every day since the earthquake, Mahmoud and his medical team prepare the same equipment. These paramedics have arrived here in Adiyaman to help with the rescue efforts. They're part of a French NGO working closely with Turkish partners. As soon as they arrive, they realize the tragedy is huge and that the medical resources available aren't enough.
Of course, there are lots of rescue teams searching for survivors, but there is so much to be done. And this discrepancy really shocked us.
The team is based in one of the rare buildings that did not collapse. Most hospitals and clinics are either destroyed or full of patients injured in the earthquake. Much needed routine medical procedures are no longer possible, especially in remote areas. Their destination today is the village of Camgazi.
There are many families who need food, but also medical treatment. There are no doctors and no clinics nearby.
While food rations are being distributed, Mahmoud and his team go to meet residents to see if they need any medical treatment.
Selamun aleyküm. Efendim? Ha burada mı? Merhaba teyze. Nasılsın?
Midesi bulanıyor hocam. Yemek yemiyor. Yemeği gördüğü zaman midesi bulanıyor.
Elle est pâle, hein? Elle est toute pâle en fait, elle est en anémie.
This woman needs to be transferred to a hospital as soon as possible for a blood transfusion, but her family refuses.
They don't want to take her to hospital because they say that there are many people who are more in need of medical care right now. Unfortunately, I don't think there is any adequate treatment, and she might pass away.
It's so hard to see her in this situation. She could be our grandmother. It's so painful.
Many have left the destroyed cities to live with their relatives in rural areas. This mother of four lost her in-laws, and her home was razed to the ground.
The kids couldn't sleep the first night. They were cold because of the freezing temperatures, and they were choking and coughing. We lived on the street for the first couple of days. We barely survived. This affected them so badly.
The earthquakes left 1.5 million people homeless in Turkey, according to the United Nations. The consequences are particularly serious for children. Here in Gaziantep, UNICEF teams are organizing different workshops where the kids can play, sing, and express themselves. We haven't been allowed to interview them, with organizers saying they aren't mentally ready for media exposure.
Children's psychosocial well-being is also at stake. The most common problems we hear from the parents, for example, children can't sleep. They are displaying some attitudes that are not appropriate to their age. They start bedwetting. So these are all symptoms of stress and trauma that we hear from the specialized teams in the fields.
Meanwhile, in Camgazi, children do not have access to any workshops, but they play and joke with the team of paramedics. It's now time to leave the village with a feeling of frustration.
Parce qu'on est impuissant, on n'arrive à rien faire.
Özlem is 23. This is her first mission outside of France. She has Turkish origins, which makes the trip all the more poignant for her.
We got here very late. It makes it difficult to save lives or to help people get better. So it's distressing and frustrating for us as paramedics. But at the same time, we're also touched when we see what we're able to give to people.
Özlem, Landry, Mahmoud and the rest of the team are already leaving Turkey. But they will soon be offering training and equipment to their Turkish partners in order to complete their unfinished work.